After a super competitive regular season and a very unique Cup Series playoff, it all comes down to this. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the season finale of the CFRL Cup Series for 2025. Tonight, a champion will be crowned here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. I'm Ryan Harp or Darth Kylo, and yeah, this is it. Like, multiple drivers, I would say probably like 15, 20 drivers came into this season with the same goal, to win the championship. And tonight, for 4 of them, that dream will become a reality. Or one of the 4 of them, I should say. And in order to clinch that championship, they got to finish ahead of the other 3 guys at Homestead-Miami Speedway, a 1.5-mile oval with progressive banking in the corners, meaning that the higher up the track you go, the greater the banking. So, but of course, in recent times, we haven't really seen the high lane work as much as we used to see, as we're used to seeing. We would now we're seeing all the guys running the middle of low lane. So it's a very unique groove there. And also, the exits of turns 2 and 4 are certainly going to catch a lot of drivers off guard, because all of a sudden your car will just be snapping loose coming off of those 2 corners. So for our championship 4 and pretty much everyone here tonight, that's something that they're going to have to contend with. And speaking of the final 4, our final 4 drivers competing for a championship are Tegan Jones, Michael Whitman, Jarrett Haw, and Kamal Wright. And for Kamal Wright, this is his first appearance in the championship 4. For Jarrett Haw, I believe this is his second appearance in the championship 4. Correct me if I'm wrong, and they are going into the lobby, or they are going into the race, so I'll go ahead and join them. Michael Whitman is going for his second championship tonight, and his second in 3 years. And Tegan Jones is going for his 5th, which will be his 5th in 6 years. So obviously, Jones and Whitman are the heavy favorites. Wright and Haw are the underdogs. And it will be Hendrick versus Haas once again for the championship. And while they're getting into the race, let's take a look at the starting lineup, as not only do we have a new track record, but all 4 of our championship contenders are starting in the top 5, with Jarrett Haw setting the new track record with a 31.892. And right alongside him on row 1 is Tegan Jones. Row 2, we have Michael Whitman and Bradley Domer Jr. Row 3, Kamal Wright and Kevin Hall. Row 4, we have Cameron Morris and Michael Fox. And then row 5 is Joshua Harris and Matt Connors. And Jarrett Haw has elected to take the outside for the start of the race. And all of these drivers have been working their butts off since January in order to get here, but for 4 of them, a championship is still within reach. As they're coming off the turn 4 for the final start of the year. And for Tegan Jones, Michael Whitman, Jarrett Haw, and Kamal Wright, go get that championship, boys!
I'm assuming it's not. Okay, never mind. Already heard.
Oh!
I already tried to back there.
Shit. Kevin got loose off a 2.
Hit that bump.
God, JP pulled up in front of me and my car got woof. Oh, they're hitting. I'm trying to get out of this mess because of it being the final four, but there's nowhere to go. I'm surrounded. I have one in front of me, one behind me, and one below me.
They're all in front of me. Come on, that had to be a close one. How bad were you scared there?
That thing was scary, bro. It got so loose off too. Wasn't even funny.
No, this is what happened between me and Kevron.
Oh no, I was low, so I was fine.
I was scared to my life. I thought we ran into you. And Kevron. To be honest, I was kind of more worried about Kamal.
I know, compared to my fucking qualifying slider to this one, good God.
Yeah.
That qualifying slider felt like crack.
Yep. Okay, so
wish we could run it in. Wish we could run it in the race, but no, too loose.
An 846.
I should check up here bad fast.
Yeah, I really have to get rid of the slider part of this.
I think the 88 picked up a little bit there.
Yeah.
I didn't want to lift. I went up to the top.
Okay.
Woo. You're good. You're good. Just riding my time right now.
That's all you can do.
This only part of the race really doesn't even matter anyway.
Yeah.
Mike, calm the fuck down.
I kind of, you do not get away from me. That's not the bomb. It's just, if you get like a little bit behind and you're turning and you try to turn it, it'll snap. It's not a bomb.
Yeah.
So now we are on lap 6 or lap 7, and it is Jared Haw still hanging tough out front. And as you can see, everybody is running that lower lane, which is, of course, the slower way around, but I think they might try to get that better exit so that way their car doesn't snap loose off of turn 2, as we kind of saw with Kevin Hall at the very start of the race. He got loose, got into the outside wall, and everybody had to scatter, but thankfully it was a one-car incident, so we do stay green. And oh, we see Hall got that little bit loose off of 2 there. It can definitely happen on shorter runs, but it is definitely more prominent the longer we go on. And now he's running the middle lane. Yeah, it seems to be the middle and the lower lanes around here are the preferred way around. And again, all 4 of our championship contenders still running in the top 5. And now it looks like we might see a battle for the lead here. As Tegan Jones trying to take the lower line around. But Hogg got that better run off. And now he's running up high. And Jones is diving it in there. Side by side, off of 2 for the race lead. And Jones slots in behind him. Now here he comes. He's going to try it again. And new leader, Tegan Jones. A power move on the bottom. Of course, Tegan Jones won this race here last year. And he also won his 4th championship in this race a year ago. And he narrowly beat the guy who's running in 3rd. That being the 9 of Michael Whitman. He came very close to making a move on Teagan for that race win. And I'm sure he has that in the back of his mind if he wants to try something different than what he did last year. Yeah, now we're starting to see basically everybody get a little bit sideways off of 2. Because we are getting into that stage of the race where, or this stage of the stint, where the tires do start to wear out, and the car is more susceptible to getting loose off of 2 and 4 here. And of course, the top 9 still running all together. And Jones still leading the charge. Now we're starting to see a couple Ford guys make the move to the middle of high lane. And it is led by the 10 of Kamal Wright as we see the 2 smack the wall. Off of 4, he lost a ton of momentum there, but he's still going. We do stay green. So now Wright trying again to make that like middle to high lane work as Hall gets sideways again off of 2. And now Whitman's going to try to take advantage of it. Oh, now there's a checkup in turn 2 and turn 3 and 4. Or at least it looked like one. Whitman thought about passing Haw for a second, but he just decided to stay behind his teammate. And even though Haw and Whitman are teammates, same deal with Jones and Wright. At this point of the race, yeah, even though you are championship rivals, you're still teammates, and you are going to try to work together to make sure at least one of you is up front, especially at the end of the race. And it looks like, oh, Wright got a sideways off of 2, and now he's dropping back. Currently, he's running in 6th, trying to get back into the top 5. But man, they are really bunched up back there as Jones got sideways off of 4. And that's definitely going to allow Haw to close back in. And it looked like Jones got a little too high off of 2. But thankfully, no harm, no foul there. I believe we are running, how many, yeah, we're running 134 laps tonight. The stage will be the end of lap 33, the beginning of lap 34. But now look at Fox. He's the only one up there. Again, trying to make that high lane work. And now Hall gets into the wall again. But yeah, as you can see, most everyone is running on the bottom lane. And so, again, so that way they can get that better exit to mitigate their cars getting loose. Yeah, but even then, the cars can still get sideways off the exits of those corners. And now Hall got sideways off of 2. And since it is the final race of the year for the Championship 4, guys, stage points don't matter. Finishing position does. So if you're one of the final 4, you just got to make sure that the other 3 finish behind you. And looking at Whitman's stream, looks like these guys can run about 11 or 12 more laps with the fuel that they have left to burn. Oh, Jones got really sideways off of 2. Or off of 4, sorry. He's still up there, though. Oh, Fox in the wall. And Hall got sideways. Connors got sideways. Everybody had to scramble again for that. We do stay green as green flag pit stops have started, and the first one in is Kamal Wright, one of the championship contenders. He's trying to make that undercut work. In fact, everybody's going to try to make something work on pit road tonight. And another car's coming in, and that is the 00 of Matt Connors. And you gotta wonder, when will the leaders come in and make their stop? Because with the stage being the end of lap 33, the beginning of lap 34, you can't really make it on the fuel that you have to start with. So Jones leading, and he's got all 4 Hendrick cars behind him. And 2 of them are fighting for a championship. And I'm looking at it now. It is a 10-car field tonight, so yeah, everybody's going to get stage points, but again, Championship 4, stage points don't matter. Oh, Hall gets wicked sideways off of 2 there, and now he spins around. It is 1 car, so we do stay green. But now here comes Hall. He's going to try to dive it in on Tegan into turn 1. Or at least he thought about it. And everybody's bouncing off the apron. And that is one risk of running down there in the corners. You hit the apron and it'll just bounce you up. And now it looked like Whitman got a little sideways. And now he's making a move on Haw. So Whitman up to second. And now he's making the move on Jones for the lead. He's running that higher line. He's going to get the run off, and new leader, Michael Whitman. Wow, what a lap for the 9, getting around his teammate in Jared Haw, and then just powering past Tegan on the high side to take the lead. Well, I don't know if there's something up with Tegan's car or if he's just saving his stuff for later. But we should be coming down. We're actually getting close to the end of the stage here. So, when they come back around, it will be 2 laps to go, which means pits are closed. So yeah, 2 laps to go in the stage. Well, maybe they can stretch it. And now Whitman's gapped Jones. And here they come, the last lap of the stage. Michael Whitman certainly making his presence felt early as Harris gets sideways off too. And off of 4, Michael Whitman will take the stage win. Wow, what a final 5 laps for that 9 car. And now Kamal Wright will get his lap back since he was the first car a lap down. So with the stage over, it is Michael Whitman with the stage win, Tegan Jones second, Jared Haw third, Bradley Domer Jr. fourth. Looks like Joshua Harris is fifth. Cameron Morris sixth. Matt Connor seventh. Kevin Hall eighth. Kamal Wright ninth. And Michael Fox in 10th. And I believe it is the 2 that ran out of gas. So pit road is open. And I'm certain everybody's going to be coming in. And Haw's out of gas. And he's just barely going to make it to pit road. And Morris has got a train of cars behind him pushing him to pit road. And Hall stays out. I think he's also getting his lap back, getting the wave around, as Whitman wins the race off of pit road. And one thing about the pit entry and pit exit here at Homestead, under green and under yellow, you do not have to use the access road going in. Under yellow, you do not have to use the access road going out. But under green, you do have to use the access road if you're exiting pit road. And everybody's slowing to a crawl, making sure everyone catches back up. That way they can go green this time. Yep, everybody's speeding up. Time to go green this time. And since it is the championship race, we're getting to that point where I do my crank it up at the start of my traditional crank it up at the start of the final stage. But since it is the championship race, I figured we'll give you a second one at some point before the race is over. And Whitman choosing the inside, Jones on the outside. The inside has been preferred by everybody tonight. And as they hit the restart zone, it is time to crank it up.
I hate where I'm at. I love where I'm at.
Got clean air now.
Let him have it. You can have it.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Yeah, I got loose there. That was.
I about got loose too.
Odd.
Oh, I haven't been in clean air all fucking night. Holy shit.
The man took off.
Look the way wide. Ooh, Lucy. Oh, Harris got loose in front of me too, I think.
Clear. Ish.
Hi, Matt.
Oh.
Oh, Harris.
Firefighter, dude.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, God.
Behind on the steering.
Yeah. Fuck. Did you quit hitting the wall? Yeah, I'm a dumbass.
Oh, that top lane's gonna work.
Oh!
Ow.
Oh,
Me and you had the same problem. I just didn't touch it on mine.
I didn't touch it on mine either. I got extremely close.
Yeah, but I followed you both into it, so.
I don't like being out front. I don't like clean air. What the fuck?
Now you don't like clean air. What the heck? Make up your mind, bro.
Oh, Jimmy.
you're like that's for 2011. You're way out front. Use that clean air.
And so Bradley got the lead on the restart and held it for a few laps, but here came that 4 car, Tegan Jones, powering his way back to the lead, and Michael Whitman will follow him. And one car that lost a lot on the restart is the 88 of Jared Ha. I believe he got loose off of turn 2. I wasn't able to see it, but now he's running in, he's currently running in 7th. And he's trying to hold on to 7th. But not if Cameron Morris has anything to say about it. And now he tucks in behind him. And so with Tegan Jones out in front and with everybody basically running single file, not only is this the final race of the season, not only is this the last race of the playoffs, but it is also the end of an era for the CFRL, as of course, as you very well know, the multiplayer servers for NASCAR Heat 5 will shut down on August 1st, hence why we had this, the full 10 race playoffs in a condensed amount of time. I said at the regular season finale at Talladega, we're essentially speed running the playoffs, so we're basically at the end of that now. And NASCAR 25 is coming out on October 14th. So yeah, come to think of it, like, this is the final race on NASCAR Heat 5, and the CFRL is about to enter a whole new era, which the league hasn't really seen since the league was founded in 2017. As we've basically been on all the Heat games for that amount of time. So 2026 is certainly going to be an exciting year for these guys. And to think, we've been on NASCAR Heat 5 for the last 5 years. We've been on a NASCAR Heat game for the last 8. And now next year we're going to be on a whole new game from a whole new company. And I think it was Tegan Jones that said it. Everybody's going to be even next year. And everybody's going to have to try to figure things out. You know, with the new physics model, the new handling model, as Fox gets into the wall off of 2. And Connors gets sideways, so. But for now, we'll worry about that when we get there. But right now, we have a championship to decide. And as of right now, it looks like Tegan Jones is going to get his 5th championship. But we still have 87 laps to go, so there's still plenty of time for the rest of these guys to make something happen. And now look at Kamal Wright. He's moved himself back up to 4th. And Jared Ha, he's back in the top 5 now. So overall, a nice recovery so far for the 88. Of course, he still has some work to do. And now at this stage of the race, what we're seeing is everybody enter in down low, but then they exit up high. Again, trying to get that good arc off the corner, so that way their cars don't get sideways, but also to get the better run off the corner. Oh, and the 88 of Jared Hall gets sideways off of 4, but he still stays in 5th. So again, it is Jones and Whitman out in front. Bradley in 3rd. It's sort of like the meat in a championship 4 sandwich, as Wright and Ha are right behind him. And speaking of the championship 4, let's briefly review how each one of them got to this point. So come on. Well, it looked like Whitman got sideways off of 2, and now Wright stacks up into Ha off of 2, but everyone keeps it straight. We do stay green. And I was about to do a little bit of a profile on the Final 4, but then they all just start getting sideways and check up on me. And Ha got sideways off of 4 again. It looks like everyone has calmed down now, so let's let's see how each of our championship 4 got here. So Kamal Wright, he didn't win a race at all in the regular season. And he stayed basically on or below the cut line the entirety of the playoffs until the Earnhardt round race at Kentucky, where he came in clutch late in the race and he stole the win to lock himself into a championship 4 spot. Now if I can bring up the season points here, or the regular season points here. So Jared Haw got himself 3 wins in the regular season, one of them being the spring race at Michigan, and the other being the spring race at Bristol. And that Michigan race, it was on the last lap, where he opened the door for Tegan Jones to make a move, but Haw forced him a little too low. Jones hit the apron and spun around, and he was able to hang on to the win from there. Then we have Michael Whitman, the 2023 champion. He, of course, evened his win total, or career best win total from a year ago, with 8 wins this season. And it looked like he was going to be a shoo-in for the Final Four. But after Kamal Wright's huge win at Kentucky, he found himself on the back foot, like right on that cut line. But with a walk-off win at Michigan to conclude the Earnhardt round, he is now fighting for a second championship. And right in front of him is the 4 of Tegan Jones. And of course, he got himself another double-digit win season with 12 during the regular season. And of course, he won Daytona at the beginning of the Gordon round. And he basically used all the playoff points that he got in the regular season to carry him to the Final Four, and now he's competing for his second championship in a row, his 5th overall, and his 5th in 6 years. And there is a reason why he's ranked number 1 on the list of the top 20 greatest drivers in the CFRL. And basically all season, and basically dating back to the championship race at Las Vegas in 2023, the 4 and the 9 have been matching each other step for step, and punch for punch. And now from the looks of it, that is looks like it's going to come down to these two once again, as they are really pulling away from that second group led by Kamal Wright and Jared Haw. And something happened to Bradley. I think he got loose off of one of the corners, which is why he's now running in 7th. And Bradley almost made it to the championship, especially after a huge win at Texas to finally break that curse of not winning on a 1.5-mile track. But Kamal's win at Kentucky really shook things up, and it was Bradley that found himself below the cut line, and he wasn't really able to recover it. He almost stole the win from his teammate at Michigan. But it was just not meant to be for the driver of the 24 as Whitman now takes the lead. And so Michael Whitman is now out front with 72 laps to go. I believe we basically a little over the halfway mark now. We're almost there. We're almost at the halfway mark. And so again, Michael Whitman and Tegan Jones have really pulled away from the rest of the field, and it looks like it's going to be a two-horse race between these two once again. But again, there's still plenty of time for something to happen. And I believe we are coming up on green flag pit stops, and we did see the 48 of Kevin Hall make a stop earlier, and now the 88's coming in. As well as the 2 of Cameron Morris, and the 00 of Matt Connors. So now what will the leaders do? Well, obviously they have to come in this lap, because I believe Whitman is now down to 1 lap of fuel, or maybe they can stretch it out a little bit more by 1 lap. And yeah, that's exactly what they're doing, as the 10 of Kamal Wright comes in. Yeah, the 9 and the 4 can go for 1 more lap. Well, now they definitely have to come in. Yep, the 9 is in and the 4 is in. Tegan Jones making a diving move on the pit entry. And it looks like Jones just barely got it. But they're phasing through each other as they come down pit road. The 22 and the 24 are also in. So it's going to be a very interesting race off of pit road here. Who's going to get it? Whitman's out of his box. And so is Jones. And it is Tegan Jones that wins the race off of pit road. And now Whitman trying to get the run. Well, he thought about taking the run, but here comes Haw. He's going to have the momentum. He'll at least take Whitman for second. Of course, Whitman will have the fresher tires. And we now cross the halfway mark of the race. And now all 4 championship contenders are running 1, 2, 3, 4. And here comes Whitman underneath his teammate. And Whitman clears Haw for second, and now Wright's going to follow. Oh, and it looked like Haw hit the wall off of 2. And Haw falls back to 4th. So we lost 2 positions in the span of that 1 lap. Of course, that 88 still within striking distance, though. if he can make the undercut work better for him on the next pit stop, he should be in pretty decent shape. And meanwhile, it is still Tegan Jones out in front. And what I've been noticing as these runs go on is that Jones's car does tend to get slower the longer we go, and Whitman seems to get faster as the run goes on. So it's definitely very even between the 4 and the 9. In terms of how their cars fare on the long runs. So it seems like if Tegan Jones wants to stay out front when his car loses speed as the run goes on, he's going to have to make more diving moves on the pit road like we saw on the last stop. Again, all 4 of the championship contenders still in the top 4. Then you got Fox in 5th and Morris in 6th. And basically everybody from 5th on back is all spread out. And everybody using that low lane, entering the corner, and then the middle or high lane coming off. And now the 10 and the 88 have caught up to the 9 of Whitman, and if they can stay nose to tail like this and work together, they could probably catch Tegan Jones a little bit faster. So far, the gap between first and second is about half a second. Maybe a little less than that. But as long as Michael Whitman can still see Jones's name above his car, then he still has a chance. Yeah, now we're seeing everyone run the middle groove. Yeah, see, they enter the corner on the low lane, but coming off, yeah, they are running that middle or high lane again to prevent what just happened to the 88 of Jared Haw off of 2. And now Whitman is in Jones's draft. Or at least he's almost in it. And now Whitman's closing up on him really quick. We now have 55 laps to go here at Homestead. Tegan Jones, Michael Whitman, Kamal Wright, and Jared Haw. The 4 championship contenders running first, second, third, and fourth as Jones with a huge slide off of turn 2, and that's going to allow Whitman to take advantage up high. But Jones hangs on to it down low, but Whitman's right on the 4's back bumper now. He's going to try to dive it into turn 1 here, but it looks like he'll just stay behind him. Yeah, the 9's certainly in the 4's draft now. Oh, it looked like Whitman got a little sideways off of 4 there. And look at all 4 of them running nose to tail like that. And they might be coming up on lap traffic in a little bit as they're about to catch up to the 00 of Matt Connors. But knowing Matt, I'm sure he's going to move out of the way, especially for the 9 of Michael Whitman. As the 2 of them had a pretty big moment in Iowa earlier in the playoffs. But thankfully, Whitman was still able to win that race and get the season sweep at Iowa. And while the 4-way battle for the lead is going on, we got a 2-car battle for 5th, and it's 2 of the Penske teammates, the 22 of Michael Fox and the 2 of Cameron Morris. And now Morris diving it in low. And they are side by side for 5th, the 2 Penske cars. And off of 4, Morris will clear Fox. And now we have this battle brewing for, I believe that is for 7th on track. And Hall's holding on to it over Joshua Harris. And Harris with a huge slide off of 2. Bradley with a huge slide off of 2. And it looked like Wright with a huge slide off of 4. Oh, Jones with a massive slide off of 2, and that's going to allow Michael Whitman to take the lead. So a big moment for the 4 car of Tegan Jones as he slides off of turn 2, and Whitman was there to take advantage of it. We are getting close to our next round of green flag pit stops. So now that Whitman is leading, and he saw what Jones did the last time they came onto pit road, I'm sure he's looking to prevent that from happening again. They still got some time, though, as they can run about 8 or 9 more laps before they have to come in. And the 0-0 of Matt Connors. He's got the final 4 lurking in his rear view. Still a pretty good distance away from him, though. Because I don't think they're going to catch him before the next round of stops start. So, it is still Whitman out in front. Again, trying to win his 2nd championship. And if he can hold on and win this race tonight, he will join Tegan Jones as the only drivers to win more than one championship. Got about 5 or 6 more laps before the next round of stops start. And it is still the top 4 running nose to tail. And one car is coming off of pit road, and that is the 48 of Kevin Hall. The green flag pit stops have started early. At least for the 48. And now, Jared Hawes in. The 2 of Cameron Morris is in. So the first of the championship 4 diving onto pit road for this round of green flag pit stops. Again, Haw trying to make the undercut work as now Jones is under attack from his teammate Kamal Wright. And Jones falls to 3rd on track. The 0-0 and the 12 are also in. Haas coming out, as is the 2 of Morris. And Whitman and Jones can stretch it for one more lap as the 10 of Kamal Wright is in. The 22 of Fox is also in. And the 24 of Bradley Domer Jr., he's in. So obviously the 9 and the 4 are going to be coming in this time. So the 9 and the 4 in, but here comes Jones making again that diving move onto pit road. And it worked out even better for him this time. And so with 38 laps to go, they can only do 31 laps on the fuel they're getting now, so these guys are going to have to make one more stop. And I am certain that Whitman does not want Jones to just dive it onto pit road like he did the last 2 stops, but he is a lot closer to Jones now on exit. And there goes Haw. And Wright. So the 88 and the 10 making the undercut work. And they have really pulled ahead of Jones and Whitman. But again, these guys do have to make one more stop. The 88 and the 10 certainly have to make one more stop. But of course, Wright making his stop later than Jarrett Haw. He's obviously going to have the fresher tires. But now look at that gap between the 2 underdogs and the 2 top dogs there. And here comes Wright. Right underneath the 88. Almost got within a quarter panel of making that move. So before we get to that final stop, and for the last time this season, and the last time on Heat 5, it is time to crank it up as Wright goes for the lead.
Them two are hooked up there too, man. Yeah.
What are you thinking of doing when you get there?
To be honest, I think we're going to even up by the time we get there because like
Sure.
it's
Yeah.
not fast
The
now.
fall off happens and then it,
Yeah, like there's a little bit still there. I think we'll get there.
Yeah, I know that about that.
Fast enough to
But, yeah. And that was a pretty quick lap right there for.
Yeah, I mean, I was hitting 3s there where I should have already been hitting 4s and 5s. So.
Yeah. I feel like it's kind of a quick lobby, but not on the the long run. I was slower on that last run than I had been.
I had to chase it there.
I feel like I fall off a cliff as the one goes on towards the end of it.
Smarsh, are you still with somebody?
No, Michael left me. He decided to just coast now for the rest of the race.
Yeah. I see what he's doing. And it's not going to work anyway, but nice try.
It's not going to matter.
Yeah, right.
I'm not doing anything.
You full of shit.
I don't think he is. I think he's just riding to get this over with.
Oh.
Waiting for that yellow, probably. I know what you're thinking. He's trying, and it's not even...
He'd be too far out to...
Yeah, and plus he's a lap down, so that wouldn't have been good anyway. We'll be able to pit and still beat him.
Yeah. He pit before Keegan and I did, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. That's why he's able to catch us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I caught y'all for a split second too, then y'all drove off.
Just kill my right front right now.
Burning your right front?
Yeah, I really killed it the last run.
The whole race. I ain't never had a run where I haven't.
You haven't burnt your right front?
I mean, I have. That's all I've done.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
My car is so good in the middle of the long run, it's not even funny.
I feel like that's what my car comes to life too. It's weird.
I've been leading all day. As soon as I got the lead, the car got extremely tight. I don't like it.
Yeah, I think what my issue's been is I get in the front and I feel tight.
Mm-hmm. I can't drive the corner like the way I want to, but you know, it is what it is. We gotta fuck it out.
Of course, not a lot of the drivers had much to say, but they're all just locked in. Because they want to get this thing done with. Especially among the top four here, the final four championship contenders. And Kamal Wright out in front. And as you heard Jones say, as the run goes on, everybody evens out. And that's certainly what it looks like here. As we see Joshua Harris, I believe, on pit road. Yeah, Harris is on pit road. Is there anyone else on pit road, though? Oh, Fox got loose off before there. I think Harris is the only one that stopped. At least for now. But again, these guys do have to make one more stop. And Connor's with a sideways moment off of two there. So Kamal Wright out in front of this championship. Now in the lead of the race. Wright trying to win his first championship. And it will be the second championship in a row for Stuart Haas. And obviously we know that the 10 and the 88 are going to have to come down pit road first, but they've been able to make the undercut really work for them, especially on that last run with that last pit stop. So now if you are one of the final four with your final stop coming up, you basically have to think to yourself, like, I don't want to make a mistake. Like, I don't want to speed. I don't want to spin out coming onto pit road. Like, I just don't want anything to happen to me. I just want to hit my marks and hope my crew gives me a fast stop. And back there, Cameron Morris, basically in no man's land. Currently running in 5th. Looked like Jones again got loose off of 4. And Whitman thought about making the move on the high side again. But he's just decided to stay behind him. And look at all 4 of them running nose to tail. Now, when you do come down to pit road for that final stop, there's really only like 7 or 8 laps to go in the race. So, do you risk it and take 4? Or do you go for it and take right sides? Oh, contact between the 4 and the 9. Whitman down on the apron. Jones in the wall. Wow, a pretty big moment there for the 9 and the 4. Hey, let's listen to the audio of that.
As soon as you get clean air, I'm telling you, JB, as soon as you get clean air, I think it's not going to drive right.
Oh.
Are you good?
Bye, guys.
Yeah, are you?
Yeah, I lifted to not fuck you up.
I appreciate it. I wasn't really trying to get under you like that, but it just, with how I was taking off the corner, like I was going to get back in behind you on the straightaway, and
I think I need to be back here anyway, because this way maybe I can fucking
figure it out.
abuse it a little bit. Well, I can abuse it a little bit. The lifting.
Oh, you hit my bumper. Oh my god.
Sorry.
Fucking me up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to push you along, that way we can get away from them.
So it was Jones that got loose off of 2 and got into Whitman. And as you heard, Jones lifted so that Whitman doesn't get screwed over too bad. Well, he certainly didn't get screwed over as he's trying to go for 2nd. And he might try to help his teammate get around Kamal Wright. Deegan Jones might have hit the wall off of 4. He's still hanging on to it. Oh, Whitman with a huge slide off of 2. And Haw in the wall. So potentially major implications for both of the Hendrick cars in the Final 4. And if you're Kamal Wright, you definitely got to be feeling pretty good now. Oh, we definitely got to listen to the audio of that.
Grab the draft, dude. Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, save it. Save it.
I didn't, so.
Save it. Oh.
I died. I tried to keep it off the mic.
I mean, I was half spun in the infield, like down there, so I don't know. I mean, he hit the wall. I was basically wrecking too.
I turned right to miss him. I purposely tried to wreck myself to miss him, so.
Caution, we need to call it now while we're still on the front straightaway.
So the caution is out. So that moment between the 9 and the 88 has brought out the caution. Well, that certainly throws pit strategy away. So pit road is open. And everyone should definitely be coming in as Kevin Hall takes the lucky dog, gets his lap back. So for Jared Haw, like, he's got another chance at this. So everyone is in. And Fox stays out. And it looks like everyone will be taking 4 tires and fuel. Just so everyone can stay even. So now it's time to see who will win the race off of pit road. This is definitely the money stop here. And Cameron Morris has the first stall on pit road. And it will be Tegan Jones that wins the race off of pit road. A huge stop by the 4 team. And he will obviously take the inside line for the restart. So an update on where our championship contenders run. It is Jones out front, Wright in second, Whitman third, and Haw in sixth. Into turn 4. They're going to be going green this time, and this will be a 10-lap shootout to decide the championship. And Hall's coming on pit road. And Fox is on pit road. So it's Jones, Wright, Whitman, Morris, Domer Jr. Oh, we're not going green yet. So I was a little too early on that. So Hall and Fox are on pit road. That way they can get their service done. And so it will be a 9-lap shootout when they come back around. Yeah, Fox is out. And now Hall's out. And it looks like the 48 will catch up. So we are going to go green this time for a 9-lap shootout to decide the championship. And so off of 4, it is Jones, Wright, Whitman, Morris, Domer Jr., Haw, green flag. Oh, Jones got a great jump. As did the 9 of Michael Whitman. And now Wright's fighting back up high. But Whitman clears him. That battle with Wright might have cost Whitman a bit of momentum. 8 laps to go. So now the 9, the 10, and the 88 are going to try to work together to catch the 4. But I'm certain that with 5 laps to go, it's basically game over. Everyone's looking after themselves. 7 to go. And Jones is trying to stabilize that gap between himself and Michael Whitman. 6 laps to go. It's still not over, though. Yeah, but Whitman, Wright, and Haw are running out of time. And Haw's trying to make the move up high for third. 5 laps to go. No more cautions. And now Jones is just hoping that he does not get loose off of 2 or off of 4. Four laps to go. And Tegan Jones, considered to be the greatest of all time in the CFRL. He's only a few laps away from winning a 5th championship. 3 laps to go. Haas battling right for third. Now he's trying to make the move for second on his teammate Whitman. And Jones is just running away with it. Two laps to go here at Homestead. And that final pit stop is looking like it will be the deciding factor for that 4 car of Tegan Jones. If he can just hang on for 1.5 more miles. And off of 4, the white flag is out. Final lap at Homestead, final lap of the season, final lap on Heat 5. And off of 2. And Haw in the wall. Jones's pit crew came in clutch. And off of 4, the drive for 5 on Heat 5 is complete. Tegan Jones is a 5-time CFRL Cup Series champion.
An interview.
Good job, Brett.
Good job, Jonesy.
Good one, Tegan.
Thanks, guys. I know it's not the way it needed to go.
Sorry, Mike.
Good last
Sorry,
win,
Mike. I
good
couldn't get
last
you up there.
championship win.
No, it's not.
Right there.
It's not anything I could have done. It's not anything you could have done either. So he just has a short run thing that I don't have. So yeah, that caution didn't come out.
That's the 5th championship, right? For Tegan.
Yeah, it's his 5th, I believe.
That caution didn't come out. I felt like I was in a good spot, but
I've been waiting for 4 years to do this shit. Come on.
Hey,
Say you better about it.
Tegan, how low you had the wedge? How low you had the wedge, bro?
47.
See, I should have done that. I should have done that.
Yeah, you got the digital or disc?
I have digital.
Oh, never mind. Anybody who wants to send me their disc, if you don't want it anymore, I will take it because I have an idea that I'm working on.
I haven't asked for Heat 4 disc.
I mean,
Okay, so Tegan.
And it is fitting that Tegan Jones ends the season with the fastest lap of a 31.805. and it will be his 14th win of the 2025 season. And so let us bring in your 2025 CFRL Cup Series champion and 5-time CFRL Cup Series champion, Tegan Jones. I bet he has something to say about the race tonight. So I'll go ahead and send him another one. Well, I'll go ahead and send him one more invite, and then we will move on. And there he is, your 5-time CFRL Cup Series champion, Tegan Jones. And all I can say about that race is it was that final pit stop that basically got you the win, especially after that caution came out with roughly 10 to go. So take us through like the whole race, or especially that last run, and tell us everything from your perspective.
It's just we were way too even tonight, the final four guys. It was going to come down to mistakes being made. I think we each one made mistakes tonight. I was, it's just, if the caution hadn't come out, I think it was probably going to come down to me and Mike, just for the fact that we were going to have not take tires without the caution coming out there at the end. But when we, they had that incident on the backstretch, JB and Mike, we went and decided to call it a caution because, it is the final four championship race. So, we kind of did something, against, not against the rules, but a little against the grain. But yeah, it's just we were so even tonight. Like tonight, you really, whoever got it had to earn it tonight. And yeah, that last pit stop, I had a 15.4 to Kamal's 15.7, I think, and that got me the lead. So yeah, that really helped. Them going in side by side into turn one really helped after the restart. And I was just putting down heaters after that. There at the end, I was still hitting threes. There at the end, non-lap tires. So I kind of made it a very short run car. So like I said, I had to earn that one tonight. I probably wasn't the fastest. I think JB might have been, maybe Mike as well. I think me and Kamal, we just ran tight. Like when we were the leaders, we were tight, and it showed when Kamal was leading because we were really having to check up behind him. And when you check up on this game in the draft, it really wears up the right rear, which was causing me issues. Losing the car a little bit, the front end on off of 2, which I kind of lost the draft a little bit there, but before that caution come out, I was actually getting it back because they were having to check up so much. So it would have been interesting to see it come down to, who had the best pit entry and the best pit call. But we had a caution, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It played into my wheelhouse, so I took advantage of it.
Yeah, and going down to about 47 on the wedge certainly helped your case there at the end as well. But going back to, the pit entry, kind of like you said, like on both of those rounds of green flag pit stops, like you made a power dive move on Whitman to get around him going on the pit road. Like, was that your plan to try to stay ahead of him, especially since your car was kind of gotten worse as the run went on?
Well, it's just where me and Mike ended up on the same pit strategy. We were pitting on the same line. We didn't have a choice. So at each time that we pitted on a green, we were by ourselves. We were the last 2, so there was a big gap behind us where we could kind of work with each other and not run the other one over. Which on the second one I kind of did. I kind of actually gave him a shot trying to go on the left side of him because he was doing a bottom entry, but he was keeping it to the outside a little bit, and so I was going to the inside of him. And the second time I kind of misjudged it and actually hit him pretty good, and he had to check it back up. But the pit time between us 2 kind of cycled it back to where we were even still. So that was just 2 of us working together. He was being conservative. He didn't want to give it away on pit road like he did at Kentucky, a couple nights ago, a week ago or whenever it was. And with that high arc that you can take, you actually have a little bit of some room to work with. You can kind of send it in there and then brake really hard and make it work. So it was working out for both of us, considering that we were on the same pit cycle.
Yeah, and it was basically, again, the pit stops and the entries onto pit road certainly were the deciding factor in you hoisting a 5th championship tonight. But of course, you now have 14 wins on the season, and this is also our last race on Heat 5 after a crazy overall 5 years on this game, and the condensed sort of playoff format we've had. So how does it feel knowing that you are the final winner on NASCAR Heat 5 for the CFRL?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I know I'm saying that a lot, and I probably sound like a politician, but it feels good just because I've been so dominant. It's kind of fitting. It would have been fine if it had been Michael. It'd have been fine if it had been JB. It'd have been fine if it had been Kamal. But I feel like with me, or Bradley, I feel like with me, though, I come from 2019 on Heat 3, and I wasn't given a second thought, when I started in the Xfinity Series till I won that championship. And then I went out there and won the 2020 championship and Cup. So I like it that I'm the last one. I'm the last one to win the last 3 races. I won the last Xfinity race, the last truck race, and the last Cup race. So I didn't realize that wasn't the plan. It just kind of happened. And I'm going to take pride in that fact that I get to say that I won the last 3 official points races of the CFRL in each series that we run, that we ran on this game.
Yeah, of course, and that also includes the midweek championship race on Wednesday night, where you took the Xfinity car to the win at Indy. But yeah, now with Heat 5 being retired, what's next for you, and what's next for you and Stuart Haas as we move on to NASCAR 25 in 2026?
I mean, we know there's no Stuart Haas on the next game. There's just going to be a Haas. So obviously, that's another thing I really like. I ran the 4-car, made my guy proud. Hopefully, if he ever realizes who this Tegan guy is, he'll say that's a fast guy right there. No, I'm joking. He's probably like, Tegan who NASCAR Heat 5? What the fuck is that? But yeah, we got a long off season. I thought I had my ride figured out for next year, my team, but I think there's some stuff in the works. Maybe I don't know. We may announce it sooner than later. To be honest, we just don't know if there's gonna be certain teams that are not gonna be included on the game. I think they will be, but I think I'm gonna leave that team for somebody else to have and put his whoever he wants in, if he wants anybody or not. And then, like I said, I think I've got plans. Maybe if it all works out here in the next maybe week or two. So we're sending Heat 5 off with a bang. I'm looking forward to a long off season, from now to January, because we don't get the game till October. We're going to spend some time on it, work out the kinks, the bugs, and I'm sure it'll have. So, and this is like, I ain't never looked forward to a break off this game until the last 2 years. Last season I did. I welcomed it. I didn't join the place for like 2 weeks, I think, because I took like just a complete break from everything. I don't think I'll do that this year, but yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to at least 2 months with no NASCAR game. It's going to be a really much needed break.
And the only way to find out which ride we know for sure that you're going to be driving next year is when the official rosters get unveiled at some point within the next month or so. And but yeah,
it may actually get announced before that, to be honest, because what's being worked on is it going to be in the game.
Yeah, that's true. So so I'm gonna go ahead and let you celebrate this one because it was another huge championship win for you. Congrats on your 5th CFRL Cup Series championship. Enjoy the extended off season, and we'll see you in January at Daytona.
I just want to say real quick, good run for everybody this year. Good run, people that finished from start to finish. I'll even include Spencer because he rage quit. So that's a little bit. We'll put an asterisk next to that.
Well, he is in the chat, so
I'm glad he watched. I hope he enjoyed the show. With 4 fast guys going for the championship. Like I said, anybody. I don't care what's been said the last couple of nights, the last couple of weeks about the Final Four. Everybody that was in it deserved it, just because they've been in this league, for a while. And thanks for broadcasting for us for the last few years. This is technically your last broadcast at least for a game, because unless we get DLC that takes care of it, we don't have that option on the next game. So it seems like you're going to be going full-time Cup just because of that reason alone. Or I think you were before that, but yeah, we definitely won't be having no broadcast unless we can find some way to cheapen it up a little bit. But I don't think we'll bother too much with that. We'll just wait till they bring it to the next game. So thanks for broadcasting, and I know you had to do it by yourself.
Yeah, I mean that's totally fine with me, and of course with 25 not having a spectator mode of any kind, I'm basically running full-time in Cup next year, trying to restart my rookie season there because I left partway through 2023. So
okay,
but yeah,
we may have to come up with some new rookies for that year just because of that reason.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure that I am still probably going to broadcast the races on the main channel. It's just that it will be nothing but in-car POVs, like I've done a few times this season. So
you and Cameron,
yeah, probably.
All right, that's fine.
I mean that's the big workaround for year one at least.
All right, well, I will definitely hop out of here and let you get the other guys in before they go to bed.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, see ya. And so now we'll bring in our runner-up finisher, Mr. Michael Whitman. Yeah, it looked like it was that final restart. It was that battle between him and Kamal that kind of cost him there at the end. But there he is, your runner-up finisher, Michael Whitman. Uh, a pretty wild race overall for you, especially in the second half. But ultimately, once again, you just come up one spot short.
Yeah, I felt like I was on a good strategy and would have been able to go toe to toe with Teagan, and we would have, let the best man win. But the 88 got loose and hit me, and that was a yellow. So just took me out of any chance to really get it there. And Teagan has an advantage on the short run over me, so kind of knew it was over when that happened. I don't have the setup ability that he does. So all the credit to him, a deserving champion. Anybody else winning the championship other than him really isn't deserving, to be honest. So yeah, proud of him. He deserves it. Him and I raced, okay with each other this year. Just pretty frustrated about the incident that happened. You know, yeah, I'll just keep it at that.
Yeah, and then the first half of the race, and it was overall like very even between you and Jones there. With Jones being better on the shorter runs, you being better on the longer runs. So it like if that incident between you and Jarrett never happened, like you think that it really could have come down between you and Tegan, but at a much closer proximity to each other.
100%. I mean, we're both gonna be on the same strategy, I presume. And I'd kind of been taking it easy in the pit road, but I was going to be pretty aggressive on that one just because I knew what was at stake for that. And I knew that I had to really push it if I wanted to, you know, have a gap over him. And I knew if I had a gap, I'd been able to keep it, I think, with, the worn tires at that point. Just that very unfortunate incident really kind of derailed everything.
Yeah, and on the two green flag pit stops that we had during the race, obviously you and Tegan had to pit on the same lap as each other because, of course, you said you were on the same strategy. But on both instances, like he just dove it like onto pit entry, how would have you been able to stop that if he tried something similar on the last stop if we went green?
I wouldn't have pit on the same lap as him. So I was going to try to do it so he didn't have a mark, try to beat in the pit road. And I knew kind of how far I could push it. And I wasn't pushing it all the way at that on the first two stops. I didn't want to, I'd have been fine making a mistake on the last stop, but I didn't want to, screw myself that early in the race. So I just didn't, I would have pitted before him. So I didn't give him a marker and I could have got in how I wanted to. But yeah, it just really unfortunate how that played out at the end because I thought it was going to be a pretty compelling battle between the two of us.
Yeah, and it was certainly shaping up to be a really good battle between the two of you. Now, a couple more questions, not necessarily relating to the race at all. Like, of course, this is our final race on Heat 5, so do you would like to give a eulogy or anything like that?
Sure. I mean, obviously the Heat series, I met a lot of great people and the people that I, consider to be my closest friends, all the folks in this league now, people know who they are. A lot of them, all my closest PlayStation friends, except for that motherfucker, Matt, I've met through NASCAR Heat and this league. Matt, I just found on the street somewhere. But, yeah, it means a lot to me, and it's definitely the end of an era. This has been 8 years of the CFRL now on the Heat series. I've been fortunate enough to be a part of all of them. So yeah, definitely very special. And the bond is like no other. We might have disagreements on the track, and obviously, despite me having one tonight, that doesn't change how I view the person, that person in particular or anybody. I've had instances about everybody out there. You're gonna at some point, and you can't let that affect your vision of somebody and how you see them as a person because to me, you have to separate that kind of stuff. But it just means more to me than I think anybody will ever know. I hope that we can keep it going and have just a new chapter and do this again for another 8 years on the iRacing games and have a good time, and more importantly, keep the kind of the heart and the crew, like the heart of the league and the crew together. Because the first few years we kind of had in and out. There were some people that show up, and win, and then they'd leave and ball, all that. But the last 4 or 5 years, we've definitely kind of had the same group of people, and it's become a very, very tight knit group. And we might have our punching bag, but we love them just the same. That's Mind Killer and you, Spencer. I know you're probably watching and commenting your little ass off right now.
Yeah, he certainly is. He certainly is.
Yeah, I knew that probably. I didn't even have to look, but I knew. But love everybody the same, and we're gonna take a few months off here, and I think after tonight, I think a lot of folks need it for sure. But come January, I'll be ready to go, and I really would have liked to win a championship tonight without the haze that the first one had. So definitely disappointed about that, but keep it moving.
Yeah, and Spencer in the chat saying you ran good this season and you're a tough competitor.
Yeah, thanks.
So one more, because I know that you are a league admin, and also Tegan is a league admin, but I know that you're more in charge of like the social aspects, I would say, of the league. So like, are we gonna have like any, are we gonna have our award ceremony? Are we gonna have an all-star race before 25 comes out? So like, give us the scoop on some of the future plans for the like immediate future of the league, if you don't mind me asking.
I don't anticipate an all-star race because we've got about 5 days to do that. Maybe we will, but I wouldn't hold my breath on that one. We will definitely have an award ceremony, though. That is something that I definitely would like to keep going, and we'll host it on the YouTube channel like we usually do. So that, I guess, we can announce now, and I assume Tegan and I are probably going to get to work on that here soon. But yeah, we'll see if there's some fun stuff we can do in the off season. I don't want to like force everybody onto a game or anything, but if something happens organically and we like playing something, then maybe we can make it a league thing. I don't know, but definitely excited for the little break we're gonna have. We've been, this month ever since the announcement came out has been just nonstop. So we'll keep it moving, keep it going, and just ready for the new game to come out.
And of course, and I know that you said I was going to be a part of the award ceremony like broadcast last year, but that never really came to fruition. But I feel like since I've been basically calling almost all the races this season, like I kind of have to have a say in
oh yeah
in the broadcast for the award ceremony there. But yeah, but anyway, hell of a season for you, matching your career best with 8 wins this season. It comes up just short in the championship, but like you fought like hell all year long. But congrats on your runner-up finish here tonight, and enjoy your extended off season. And we'll see you in January for the 500.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate everything you've done this year and for the league and NSP. I want to give him a special shout out to all the work he puts in for us, even though he's not as active in our group anymore. And anybody that has showed up, in general, I really appreciate all the folks, because we wouldn't be able to do this with other people that we have if it was a bunch of dickheads. Then this would have ended a long time ago. So yeah, appreciate it. Thank you, Kylo. And yeah, rip NASCAR Heat 5.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, have a good night.
Yeah, you too. So now we will bring in our third place finisher, that being the 10 of Kamal Wright. And he was on roughly the same strategy as the 88 of Jarrett Haw, and if it stayed green to the very end, he probably could have taking advantage of the undercut there at the end. Hopefully he is still on and willing to come in for an interview. And there is your third place finisher, Kamal Wright. I would say for this being your first Championship 4 appearance in the CFRL Cup Series, at least to my knowledge, I'd say a third place is a very solid effort, and you were up there leading for a good chunk of the second half of the race, so take us through that, what it looked like from your perspective, and like how was the race overall?
I think the race went pretty well. I mean, the car was great. I had a little help with setup from a friend of mine. I had to shout him out real quick. That dude, not in the Matt in this league, but there's a guy named Matt that me and him like talk sometimes and stuff, talk about setups and stuff. But yeah, overall the car is pretty good. Last pit stop, the pit crew obviously made a few mistakes, and we lost the lead to Tegan. And I heard that man did something crazy with his wedge, and he made a rocket ship out of the race car. So there goes that. So honestly, I felt like I did pretty good, but came up short. So.
Yeah, and you were basically on the same strategy as the 88 of Jared Haw, basically pitting before anybody else in the field did, taking advantage of the undercut, which is a pretty powerful one at Homestead-Miami. So, if the race had stayed green all the way to the end, and that incident between Whitman and Haw never happened, you think that with your undercuts, you could have made some noise and won the race and the championship?
I don't know if I could have, because I heard that Mike and Tegan had saved their tires pretty well. Well, I can't say word. Sorry, a little stutter. But we pitted. We were going to pit and pit on two tires, and they're going to take none, and it was going to be between Mike and Tegan.
So yeah, the tires definitely would have played a big factor there. But now, Michael Fox saying words are hard. Yeah, I definitely agree with you there, Mr. Fox. But now, for pretty much your entire career, your runs have been marred by internet connection issues, causing you to lag out of pretty much every race you run. But now that you have better internet, we have seen basically your full potential, and that culminated with an appearance in the Championship 4. So, are we going to see more of that potential in NASCAR 25 next season?
I hope so. There's gonna be a lot of strong guys for next season when the new game comes out. It's gonna pit. Hopefully with this new game, it brings in people that was good back a few years back when they're playing NASCAR 15 and they were league racing on NASCAR 15. Talk about guys like Harris. I mean, I feel like that dude's gonna come back and being strong as ever when this new game comes out, and hopefully it's a simcade, something that you could pick up and play, but also has a bit of realism. Hopefully the hopefully the tires wear out more and tire fall off and all that stuff. Plays in the factor. And I will say this. I'm pretty much gonna figure the game out, and I'm pretty much always gonna be up there competing for wins and stuff like that. It's been like that for years. Every racing game I touch, I'm a threat. So I'm not trying to be cocky or arrogant. It's just the way it is sometimes. So just pick up any racing game and all of a sudden I'm a threat. So.
Well, I mean, people want iRacing on a console, but that's certainly not going to happen. I'm sure it definitely will be a Simcade once we get our hands on it on October 14th. But yeah, congrats on your third place finish tonight, your first ever Championship 4 appearance. Enjoy your extended off season, and we will see you in January for the Daytona 500.
All right. We'll see you guys in January.
And so we will bring in our fourth place finisher in the championship, and that is the 88 of Jarrett Haw. And he was also running up there with his fellow Final Four drivers, but ultimately it was that incident between him and Whitman that and that caution coming out that forced him back. And there he is, your fourth place finisher, Jarrett Haw. For I believe this is your first or your second Championship 4 appearance, and you were running up there with your competitors basically all night, but of course, late in the race, you got together with Whitman, and it basically just unraveled from there. So, take us through that last bit of the race and how it looked.
Well, I was off strategy from them because there was a lag situation in front of us, and that put me off strategy because I had to make up time. And just how this game has been, no one's real fault, but it's just a tough situation to be a second and a half back plus because of lag. And I knew that if I didn't at least pit 2 laps before them, I probably would never get back to them. So that put me off sequence, and it just kind of hurt me for the rest of the race. I mean, I think I had a faster car than the 10 when he was in clean air, because there were a lot of times I was able to pull up on him very, very quickly on the exit of corners. I think he was too tight in clean air. But I had a really good car, and they're coming to the end. I know that Tegan and Mike were going to pull the strategy that I wanted to pull, but I couldn't anymore. Because of just the deficit on fuel and the deficit on tires with having to pit a little bit earlier than them. So I was just trying to ride there, save as much as I could, and I backed off Kamal a little bit, and just because he seemed to have a little bit of an issue entering and in the middle of the corner. And whenever he did that, I checked up more, and that just made me wicked loose off the corner. And I tried to turn it dead right so I didn't kill Mike, but it just ended up being that my car was too loose, turned left before it turned right, and got us both in a situation that neither one of us wanted to be in. And there at the end, I knew that I know some things that just wouldn't work out our way, and I knew it wasn't going to go well for us in that short shoot towards the end there. But all in all, it was still a good season. This is my third time being in the Championship 4 and second time finishing fourth. Kind of blows to finish fourth of them all. I knew I wasn't going to get around Mike or Kamal there at the very end. It was a lost cause at that point. Coming to the last couple laps, just trying to do everything I can, and got loose again and killed myself. So, but just unfortunate the way the season ends. I know I had a lot better car most of the season than I let on. There were a lot of guys that I ran behind just out of respect in a lot of regards, but if we go to the new game and it's any bit different, I'm not going to ride any longer. There's a reason I'm a 3-time Mark Martin Award winner, and it's because I have extreme patience and I race everybody clean. Well, my patience is out and my cleanness will remain the same, but I'm no longer going to wait behind anyone if I continue. So, but all in all, again, still was a decent race. Just wish it could have been more at the end.
Well, of course, you could be me, making 3 consecutive appearances in midweek and finishing 4th in all 3 of them. So I definitely feel you there. My patience is starting to wear thin as well. But going back, because you did just say that you are a 3-time Mark Martin Award winner, and we kind of saw like a flash of like a bit of aggressiveness from you on the last lap of the spring race at Michigan. Is that kind of like a sneak preview of what's to come for 2026?
That was desperation blocking because I hadn't won in over a year. It wasn't necessarily that I was trying to be overly aggressive. That was just me trying to win a race and knowing that without blocking, I wasn't going to. Now, I know for a fact that on my end versus others' ends of it, I didn't put Tegan down on the apron. But on his, it looks like I pinch him very much harder. I did not pinch him until he was already down there, and I didn't try to pinch him. I was losing the car as I was trying to come up off the corner. But as for the blocking on the back stretch and down the front stretch before that, that was just me trying to do what I felt like I needed to do. Tegan and I have always raced really well with each other. We've been teammates in multiple different leagues and even started off this league as teammates. And we always raced each other with the utmost respect. And with that finish, I know he would only pass me cleanly, as clean as he could. And I hated that it ended the way it did because I did not want to see him get turned around because I knew that he was going to pass me one way or another if he got to my inside. So with him getting down on the apron, that was kind of worst case scenario. I did not want that to happen. But there was very few moments in this season that I showed my aggressive side. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't like bringing out the aggressive side. But if things go to that next year, then things have to go to that. Just, it's so hard, especially with this game. I don't know how it will be on the new one, but with this game, everyone being so close on speed and just the unspoken rule that if you try and make a pass and don't make it work, that it's just, you're going to lose a draft and everyone's going to be pissed at you. But it's okay for others to make moves, but it's not okay for you to make the move. It's just that unspoken rule is just not where our league needs to be, and I'm hoping that with the new game that will change. But again, just I don't know how much more aggressive I can become without being more dirty, but I don't want to get it to that point, so we'll find the limit of how aggressive I can be without becoming dirty.
Yes, things are certainly going to be changing for you and everyone in the CFRL next year for sure. But yeah, congrats on your 4th place championship finish tonight. I know it's a pretty disappointing way to end it, but still, you made it to the Final Four and you got to compete for the championship, and that's a very big deal. And enjoy your extended off season, and we'll see you in January for the Daytona 500.
Alrighty, thank you, sir.
Absolutely. And so, with that, we are going to call it here. And with that, it is the end of an era for the CFRL, as for the first time since the league was founded in 2017, we're going to be moving on to a NASCAR game that is not called NASCAR Heat. And for some of our guys, October 14th can't come soon enough, as they'll get their hands on NASCAR 25 and see how it runs, work out the kinks. Hopefully they'll patch out some of the bugs when the game comes out, and hopefully we should be ready to roll for the 2026 season when we return to Daytona for our Daytona 500. It's going to be a very wild one, and because of the fact that NASCAR 25 isn't going to have like any spectator mode of any kind, really, Looks like I'm going to be running the full Cup schedule next year. Probably doing some of the in-car POV streams that I did for a few of my Cup starts this year. So it's essentially going to be a bit like that. There may be like post-race interviews after I'm done with the race. Maybe not, but we'll just have to see what happens there. But yeah, full-time Cup racing for me next year. So it's 2026, can't come soon enough for a lot of these guys. This extended off season can't come soon enough for these guys, especially since, we sped run the entire playoffs, and a race that should have happened like toward the middle of September is now excuse me. A race that should have happened in the middle of September now essentially happened at the end of July. So it was pretty crazy that we had to cram basically the entirety of the Cup and Midweek Series playoffs in like 2 weeks. Was certainly wild. It was certainly a unique scenario for the playoffs, but we got it done for both series, and with that, I think we're gonna call it here. A very wild race tonight, but in the end, it was Tegan Jones coming up clutch when he needed to, and he is now a 5-time CFRL Cup Series champion. And so with that, we're going to call it here. So don't forget to like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and be sure to check out our rewards ceremony whenever that may be, hopefully very soon. But all of our guys are going to take an extended break for this extended off season, and hopefully we will be ready and raring to go in January for the start of our 9th year and 10th season of CFRL Cup Series competition with our Daytona 500 in January. So congratulations to our 2025 CFRL Midweek Series champion David Wessel and our 2025 CFRL Cup Series champion Tegan Jones. And until we see you in Daytona in January, have a good night, everyone.